Hi everybody, Melinda here. Quick tip for today. When you're making something so important, so significant, whether it's a community you're creating that you really love, or a friendship or a business, or even a new group of friends that you really care about, when you make this significant, you're creating this solid energy, and that's what basically kills everything. Now, if you don't allow change, and not the change where you're saying to yourself, sure, no problem, I would love for this to change, that's okay, but what you really mean is you're only willing to allow it to change to the degree that you can control it. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not allowing the magic of true change. And you need to be totally honest and present with yourself, really looking at what are you choosing without judging and punishing. It's not about punishing yourself. So making something really significant is coming to a conclusion about it. It's not being in the flow and not willing to allow the universe to contribute to you or the thing that you're building and creating. So look at always asking questions instead of coming to the conclusion of how something should be, or where you're even using your emotions, where, for example, you love this thing or this group so much that you wish and you hope that it will always be how it is right now. If you don't allow the magic of change and flow into what you're creating, the thing that you're holding onto so tightly begins to die. So questions will allow that friendship or that business or community or project to continuously grow and change, because you're not making what you think it must be forever and ever and ever so super solid that if it starts to change and evolve, you don't even know what to do with it. When you become unwilling to allow change, even if it's uncomfortable, you're energetically projecting a limitation onto that thing. And that's when things get sticky and they start to fall apart and they contract, because you're not willing to move with the energy. If you don't allow new possibilities to come in and add or contribute to what you're creating, you're not allowing any new form of expansion and growth to come in. And you need to allow that into the picture without judging. And if you don't allow it to come into the picture, you start to judge the change as wrong. When we believe something feels so good right now, that it should always be this way, this is so comfortable, this is so great, it starts to become this seductive, warm, delicious energy that we want to hold on to. Nothing exists without change. Now, we don't set out purposefully to kill something that we're cultivating, but this is what happens when we don't allow it to be malleable and flexible and dynamic. So this means when something is changing, you have to keep asking questions like, now what? What else can I choose with this? What else can I create? What's required here? How can we create this as even greater? What is this inviting me to? What is this challenge or situation asking me to be? What energy do I need to be right now with this? So I'd like to invite you to look at where you're making anything significant and start to just release and let that go. Release and let it go. Release and let it go. Please join the Just Ask Melinda community for more in-depth tips and techniques on releasing energies and limitations on your journey towards ascension.